never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being...
Good evening, and welcome to Yankees Gig the Truth. This is going to be an impromptu call of tonight's Reds versus the Dodgers Cactus League game. So this is going to be the first non-Yankee game that I'm calling this season, and it's a little bit late. I'm feeling a little tired, or I'm wide awake, and I'm feeling like calling a game. So we're here, and anybody who chooses to join in, I say welcome. We're in the top of the first, and there is one out with a runner at first base. Coming up to bat is Ellie De La Cruz, and the pitch is on the way. It is down low. Count is 1-0 on De La Cruz. And the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is even at 1-1 for De La Cruz. Pitch is on the way, and Irvin's pitch is fouled off. Count is 1-2. Irvin has had a couple of starts in the postseason or in the spring training, but it looks like the Dodgers are going to try to work him as a spot starter. The pitch for Irvin is swung out and just tap foul. Hey, Jake, how's it going? Okay. Pitch is on the way, and De La Cruz fouls this one straight back. Hey, Jonathan. Hey, Jake. Welcome to the stream. Pitch from Irvin is once again foul back. Count is 2-2. Irvin checks on the runner, and the ball is on the way, and De La Cruz fouls off the eighth pitch of the at bat. Irvin sets and fires, and this ball is chopped down the third base line. Irvin sets and fires, and this one is hammered to right center field, and the play is made on the warning track. Paul makes the catch on the track, and Spencer Steer heads back to first base. That is going to be the second out of the inning. Sal Stewart is up to bat. He is the Reds' number one prospect. This spring, he's hitting .308 with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 1-1. And Irvin fires. The curveball catches the outside corner for call, strike 2. Count is now 1-2. Irvin sets and fires, and this ball is driven into left or right center ball. Steer is heading to third, and he is thrown out by Andy Pages. Spectacular throw by Pages. Pages to Muncy to record the third out of the inning. And let's see, Jake had a question. Ken, what is your thoughts on Grisham keeping thrown out there as the leadoff hitter? He batted .235 last year. Another team would have had someone like him in the leadoff position. Well, Jake, the Yankees don't have a leadoff hitter, period. Wasn't addressed. Who you throw out there, I don't care. Coming up to bat for the Dodgers in the bottom of the first is going to be Miguel Rojas, Andy Pages, and Teoscar Hernandez. The rules that the Yankees play by with regard to leadoff hitters, nobody steals in front of Judge. It doesn't really matter who's hitting in front of Judge. Well, Yankees are not going to put Rice and Bellinger back to back, 2 left-handers. If Rice leads off, then Judge is hitting second. Yankees like employing that left right thing, and why that is, I have no freaking idea. But it's something that they've done historically, and I don't see that changing. Rice, I don't know, Rice, he makes a lot of one pitch outs. Part of the deal for a leadoff hitter is he's supposed to take a fair amount of pitches, usually 3 to 4 at bat, and give the players behind him an opportunity to look and see what the starting pitcher has to offer. All right. Nick Lodolo will be on the bump, and the first pitch is on the way, and it is down low. Sinker. Count is 1-0. And the pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed by Rojas. Nice 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Rojas loses his bat. Actually ended up in the dugout. Dodgers dugout. So that's funny. Lodolo sets and fires, and the ball is chopped to the shortstop. Dela Cruz feels it and bounce passes it to Stewart at first to record the first out. Coming up to bat is Andy Pajes. And the first pitch is call, strike one, curveball on the outside corner. Next pitch is on the way, and it is a fastball. Wow. Call ball, too. Looked a bit inside, but, or on the inside corner. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is on the way, and that is driven to center field. Myers is going to field it and get the ball back in. So the Dodgers have their first runner of the night. Lodolo sets. Hernandez is up, and he jumps back. The ball is a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, a bit low. Lodolo sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is driven to right field. And that is going to make it all the way to the wall. Splits the outfielders. Pajes is rounding third, and he is getting waved home, and he is just going to beat the throw. So Dodgers take a 1-0 lead, and on the throw, Hernandez is going to advance to second base. They might credit him with the double. I'm not sure. But that was a solid play. Freddie Freeman is coming up to bat. Pitch is on the way, and Freeman drives us into left center field. And Hernandez is rounding third and heading home. So that is an RBI single for Freeman as the Dodgers take a 2-0 lead on the Cincinnati Reds. Coming up to bat is the right fielder, Jeremy Call. First pitch is a fastball off the plate. Count is 1-0 on Call. Lodolo sets and fires, and the pitch is way inside. 95-mile-an-hour fastball almost clipped the runner or the hitter. Count is 2-0. Lodolo sets and fires, and the changeup is going to catch the upper outside part of the strike zone for Call, strike one. Count is 2-1. Lodolo sets, fires, and this ball is hammered foul down the third base line. Count is now evened at 2-2. Lodolo sets, pitch is on the way, and that is going to clip Call in the leg. So he is hit by pitch and will be heading to first. So the Dodgers have 4 straight base runners. So they're having a little bit of a mound visit. Longtime veteran Max Muncy was brought back this offseason and will be manning third base for the Dodgers. And Lodolo sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is hammered to the first baseman. And he fires to Dela Cruz. It's relayed back, and they're only going to get one. So that is the second out of the inning. So Freeman's going to be at third. Muncy is going to be at first. Lodolo looked like he got there a little bit late. And former Red Santinal Espinal is coming up to bat. First pitch is on the way, and the curveball is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. And the ball is on the way, and this is hammered by the third baseman. That is going to hit the short wall and stay. So Muncy is going to round third, and he is going to score. So that is going to be 2 runs that score this inning for the Dodgers. Dodgers now have a 4-0 lead on the Cincinnati Reds. Espinal hit a bullet down the third base line, and that is a double for him. And the first pitch is on the way, and it is a sinker into Rushing, the catcher for tonight, and that is called strike one. Pitch is on the way, and this one is swung on and fouled off. Count is 0-2 on Rushing. And the pitch is on the way. It is a check swing on appeal. That is a strikeout. The Rushing is going to go down on 3 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. That is going to do it for the Dodgers in the bottom of the first, but not before they pick up 4 runs. As we head into the top of the second, Myers, Stevenson, and Marte will be coming up to bat. All right, let's see. What do I think about the WBC so far? There's some powerhouse teams. It's been good competition. A lot of major leaguers across the board are fielding these teams, but you're seeing some pretty good players that are not major leaguers. Team Italy has a few of them that I've seen. The lineup for the Dominican Republic is a powerhouse of hitters. Team Japan is always a threat. Mark DeRosa blunder. What are we talking about? Well, honestly, Jake, with regard to DeRosa, he was a great ball player in his day. Uh, he's not been a coach, not not a manager or anything. So he's taking it on the fly. So he's most likely going to make mistakes and errors. So obviously, he didn't he didn't know all he should have with regard uh, to the WBC, the rules and the round robinness. He screwed up. And let's see, the missed a couple of pitches there. Count is 3-1. And it looks like the pitch is being challenged. And the call is confirmed that it is a ball. So Dodgers are going to lose their first challenge. Pitch is on the way, and the ball is up high. So Myers is going to take a leadoff walk. That is the second walk of the game for Irvin. Irvin sets and fires, and the pitch by Stevenson is hammered down the third line baseline, just foul. Irvin checks on the runner at first and brings the pitch home, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is 1-1. Pitch is on the way, and it is skied to right field. Call is going back, and he is going to make the play on the fence. And he shoots it back in, and Myers heads back to first base. So that is the first out of the inning. Noel Marte is coming up to bat. First pitch is on the way, and this one is fouled straight back. It's an 86-mile-an-hour cutter. And the pitch is on the way, and this is grounded past a diving, I believe it's Rojas, for a single. The Reds are going to have runners at first and second with one out. And Brian Hayes coming up to bat. Hey, Lou, welcome to the stream. Irvin checks on the runner at second and brings the pitch, and the changeup is a bit high. Count is 1-0 on Hayes. Don't remember, Brian Hayes was on the Pirates and was traded at the deadline to the Reds. Irvin sets and fires, and the cutter is right down the heart of Broadway for call. Strike one. Hey, Luke. Count is 1-1. Irvin sets, fires, and the pitch is a changeup outside and low. Count is now 2-1 on Hayes. Irvin sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is fouled off. Going to make the stands in the first base line. And the pitch is on the way. And the fastball is down low. Count is 3-2. And Irvin sets and fires, and the pitch is going to be off the plate for ball 4. So now the bases are juiced full of Reds. That is Irving's third walk of the game. And Reese Hines is coming up to bat. He is the left fielder. First pitch to Hines is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 1-0 or 0-1. Nice little fastball. Next pitch is on the way, and it is a cutter off the plate. And high. Count is 1-1. Pitch is on the way, and the cutter floats in there for call. Strike two. Count is evened at 2-2. Those of you just hopping in the stream, the score is 4-0 Dodgers. We're in the top of the second, and the pitch is down low. The bases are loaded with Reds. There is one out. A 2-2 count on Hines, the hitter. Pitch is on the way, and the cutter is way high. Count is now full. Looks like the Dodgers are warming someone up in the bullpen. Pitch is on the way, and that is ball 4. So the first run is going to be walked in. So the score is now 4-1. And the Reds are now on the board. So it looks like they're going to have a little bit of a mound visit. I'll be right back while they're chatting this out. And I mean, it is spring training, so they're going to let this guy go. Matt McClain is up to bat. He is 0 for 1 on the night with a ground out. And the first pitch is a curveball in there for call, strike one. Irvin sets, it fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is now 1-1. Pitch is on the way, and McLean fouls this one straight back. Count is 1-2. Irvin sets and fires, and the pitch is low and well. Count is evened at deuce, deuce. Irvin sets and fires, and the pitch is foul tipped into the glove of the catcher. That is a strikeout and the second out of the inning. Matt Steer is coming up to bat. He is the right fielder for the Reds tonight, and he is not had an official at bat. He walked in his first plate appearance. And the first pitch is on the way, and the curveball is down low. Count is 1-0. Pitch is on the way, and it is foul down the right field line. Count is 1-1. Pitch is on the way, and it is in the dirt. Count is now 2-1. Irvin sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is just inside. Count is now 3-1. And the pitch is slapped on the ground. Senzel is going to field it and shoot it to Freeman to record the third out. So the damage was limited to just one run. Coming up in the bottom of the second is going to be Senzel, Rojas, and Pajes. That's going to be 9-1-2. I want to thank everybody here for hopping in the stream. If you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. If you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to and the same. Your support is most appreciated. I will be live tomorrow at 1 o'clock to call the Yankees versus the Braves at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So we feeling it? How we feeling about the game thus far? How do we feel about what the Yankees did earlier today? We are at 13 days before the start of a new season. How are we feeling about the possible rotation? Any thoughts? Any surprises that we think we're going to see there? And Lodolo sets and fires, and the pitch is swung on and foul tipped by Senzel. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Lodolo sets, fires, and the pitch is in there for call strike 2. Count is 0-2 on Senzel. Pitch is on the way, and it is foul straight back. Hey, SJ, how you doing? And the count is 0-2 on Senzel. Lodolo sets and fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is 1-2. Lodolo sets, fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. That is going to do it for Senzel. Coming up to bat is Miguel Rojas. Lodolo sets and fires, and the curveball is off the plate. Count is 1-0. Lodolo is 0-for-1 with a ground out in his first plate appearance. Pitch is on the way, and it is a changeup off the plate. Count is 2-0. Lodolo sets, fires, and the pitch is chopped back to him. He underhands it to Stewart. That's going to record the second out of the inning. You're right, SGA. Season does start in 13 days. And for the Yankees, it'll be on the West Coast in San Francisco facing your Giants. Pages is 1-for-1 on the day with a single and scored a run. First pitch to Paez is a fastball fouled off. Count is 0-1. Pitch is on the way, and it is up and off the plate. Count is 1-1. Lodolo sets. Pitch is inside. Count is now 2-1. Lodolo sets and fires, and the pitch is just down low. Count is now 3-1. Pitch is on the way, and is a towering foul ball. Catcher is on the way, and Stevenson is going to make the play right in front of the dugout. That is 1-2-3 for the Dodgers. Coming up to bat in the top of the third is going to be Ellie De La Cruz, Stewart, and Myers. Let's see, SGA opening day between the Giants and the Yankees. May the best team win. Okay. Good luck to your Yankees. I don't think it has anything to do with luck, SGA. I think it's execution and playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. For those of you that are here, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. If you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. Hey, Sean, welcome to the stream. Calling a little bit of impromptu baseball, going with the Reds and the Dodgers. Well, $89 for a ticket is pretty cheap, SGA. Looks like Miles Caba is coming in to replace Cole Irvin. De La Cruz is the hitter. He is 0 for 1 on the day. And the first pitch is a 91-mile-an-hour fastball inside. Count is 1-0. Okay. Next pitch is on the way, and it is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 1-1 on De La Cruz. And the pitch is on the way. And the breaking ball is in there for a strike. Count is 1-2 on De La Cruz. Caba sets and fires, and De La Cruz swings and misses at the ball in the dirt. And that is strike three. First out of the inning, and Stewart is coming up to bat. Stewart had a hit in his first at bat. And the pitch is on the way, and count is 0-1. Breaking ball was in the dirt. Don't know what the hell these guys are chasing. Cabo sets and fires, and the pitch is downstairs in the dirt. Count is evened out 1-1. Pitch is on the way, and it is down low. Count is 2-1. Pitch is on the way. That is inside. Count is now 3-1. And Cobb delivers. Pitch is down low, so that is going to be ball four. In July, my family is going to be attending a baseball game in Philadelphia, the Yankees versus the Phillies. And the first pitch into Myers is in there for call, strike one. We bought tickets on the third base side over the Yankee dugout a few rows back. And the ball is slapped into right center field. Pajes is going to cut it off. But the advancer is going to advance to third. And on the throw, bad throw by Pajes, the runner is going to advance to second on the throw. So the Reds have runners at first and second. So I bought 6 tickets at $235 a pop to attend one baseball game. So I think $89 for one ticket would be a huge steal. Tyler Stevenson is coming up to bat. He flew out to the wall his first at bat. And the first pitch is on the way, and it is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. Pitch is on the way, and it is down low. Count is 1-1. Cava sets and fires, and the ball is chopped back. Count is 1-2 on Stevenson. Cava sets and fires, and the pitch is inside. Count is evened up at deuce. Cava sets and fires, and Stevenson chases a ball out of the strike zone for strike 3. That is going to be the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Noel Marte. Got a single in his first at bat. First pitch is on the way, and Marte swings at a ball that's damn near at his eyeballs. Count is 0-1. Pitch is on the way, and it is a slider in there for call. Strike 2. Count is 0-2 on Marte. Pitch is on the way, and Marte lines this one through the infield. Oh, Muncy's going to get it, but he is going to beat the throw out. And the Reds are going to score their second run of the game. Hayes is up to bat, and the first pitch is on the way, and it is in the chest. And the ball kicks away from the catcher. Runner is going to break for home, and he is going to end up safe. That one's going to be scored a wild pitch. So the score is now 3-4 Dodgers. Pitch is on the way, and it is down low. That is ball 2. Count is 2-0. Pitch to Hayes is up out of the strike zone. Count is now 3-0 on Hayes. And Hayes' first at bat, he walked, so he doesn't have an official one yet. And the pitch is on the way, and this is a towering fly ball to shallow right field. Alex Call is under it and is going to make the play for the third out. So that is going to do it for the Reds in the top of the third. Coming up in the bottom half of the third is going to be Hernandez, Freeman, and Call. For those of you who have hopped in our stream, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. For those of you who have opted the stream, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. If you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to one and the same. Lodolo is at 34 pitches. And he sets and fires, and the first pitch to Hernandez is down low. Count is 1-0. And the pitch is on the way, and the fastball is in there for call. Strike one. Count is evened out 1-1. And the pitch is on the way, and this is fouled off down the first base line. Count is 1-2. Pitch is on the way, and that one is fouled off. Count is going to remain 1-2. Pitch is on the way, and Hernandez chops it to third base. Hayes is going to field it and shoot it to Stewart for the first out of the inning. Freddie Freeman is coming up to bat. He is 1 for 1 on the night with an RBI single. And he subsequently scored a run. The first pitch is all the way, and Freeman fouls it off down the third base side. That's going to make the stands. Count is 0-1. And the pitch is on the way, and the curveball is swung on and missed. Count is 0-2 on Freeman. And Lado sets and fires, and that curveball is off the plate. The Reds are going to challenge this call. And that one is going to be overturned, and Freeman is going to be rung up on strikes. So Freeman is shaking his head as he walks off the field. Coming up to bat is Alex Call. First pitch is on the way, and it is in there for Call. Strike one. Call does not have an official at bat. He was hit by a pitch in his first at bat. And Lodolo sets and fires, and the fastball is inside. Count is evened at 1-1. And the pitch is on the way, and it is fouled straight back. Count is now 1-2 on Call. And the pitch is on the way, and this one is hammered to right field. And that is going to drop in for a single. Steer is going to field it and shoot it in. The Call is on first with 2 outs. Coming up to bat is Max Muncy. And the first pitch is on the way, and the ball is snap thrown to first base. So the ball was inside to Muncy, and it is ball 1. Hey, Celia, welcome to the stream. And Lodolo sets and fires, and this ball is hammered to right field. This one is going, and gone. That is a 2-run homer for Muncy, and that is going to bring the score to 6-3 Dodgers. Well, have fun at the fan day, SGA. Coming up to bat is Espinal. Pitch is on the way, and this is fouled off. Hey, NFE, what do you know, brother? And the pitch is on the way. And it is ball 1. Count is 1-1. Pitch is on the way, and it's going to hit off the mound. Espinal is going to field it and shoot it to Stewart for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the Dodgers score 2 more runs. And that score is 6-3 at the end of 3. Coming up to bat for the Reds in the top of the 4th is Hine, McLean, and Steer. And for those of you hopping in the stream, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not a member of the Yankees Gig the Truth family, consider subscribing. Am I seeing the negativity in the fan base for 2026? Hell's to the yeah, I am seeing it. I mean, God's honest truth. We've had an opportunity this spring training to get a lot of the young players in there that we haven't seen. A lot of people haven't heard about. I mean, I follow minor leaguers, but we're getting to see what they've got. A lot of people are complaining about the hitters. Frankly, you need 50 to 60 at bats to be ready for the regular season. And honestly, I don't care what they're doing at the plate. What I want to see is what the pitchers are doing. And from the starters, I'm optimistic with us going into the season. The bullpen, I think there's enough to give us a decent bullpen to start the season with. I've actually made my predictions for the rotation. Yeah, the running it back crowd and the anti Trent Grisham fans are really running amok too. For me, my opening day rotation is Max Fried as the number one starter, Will Warren is number two, Cam Schlittler in the 3 spot, Luis Hill in the 4 spot, and Paul Blackburn in the 5 spot. I'll go over the bullpen here in a minute. The first pitch is on the way to Hind, and it is fouled off. Looks like Kyle Hurt is coming in to replace Miles Caba. And the next pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed. Count is 0-2. And the pitch is on the way, and it is down low. Count is 1-2. Pitch is on the way, and it is up and out of the strike zone. Count is 2-2. And the pitch is on the way, and Hines swings through the pitch for a strikeout in the first out of the inning. Pitch is on the way, and it is down low. Count is 1-0. And the next pitch is on the way, and it is low and away. Count is 2-0. And the pitch is on the way. And this one is hammered into left field. It's going to bounce in front of Teoscar Hernandez for a 1-out single. Coming up to bat is Spencer Steer. He is 0 for 1 on the night with a walk. And the pitch is on the way, and it is going to float in there for strike one. Count is 0-1 on Steer. Pitch is on the way, and Steer swings through the changeup. Count is now 0-2. And the pitch is on the way, and Steer is going to be rung out on strike. So that is strike three. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night for Spencer Steer. Coming up to bat is Ellie De La Cruz, 0 for 2 on the night with a flyout and a strikeout. And there is a quick turn and throw to first. Plane is back safely. First pitch is all the way. De La Cruz swigs. It misses at the changeup. Count is 0-1. And the pitch is tapped down the first base line, but it is going to be foul. Count is 0-2 on De La Cruz. And Hurts sets and fires, and the pitch is down low. And the runner takes off, and McLean is going to steal second base. Count is 1-2 on De La Cruz. And the pitch is on the way, and it is going to be just a bit low. Count is now deuce. What color is your goose? Pitch is on the way. It is swung on and missed, and that is going to do it for De La Cruz. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the fourth is going to be rushing Senzel and Rojas. 8-9-1 for the Dodgers. All right, there's a stream of threads here. Let's see what we got. We'll start back. I don't know, NFE. Think it's valid for fans to be negative. They haven't made any significant additions. That's just your opinion. Well, first question that I would ask Celia is, what did you feel was a necessary addition that the Yankees needed to make this offseason? They retained the two outfielders that helped produce the top three offensive outfielders in Major League Baseball. There's been a lot of argument with regard to Dominguez, but frankly, Dominguez is not a good outfielder at any spot. Left field, center field, right field. Makes no difference. He takes bad routes to the ball, often is confused on where he has to throw the ball, and costs the Yankees runs because of poor play in the outfield. His bat isn't so significant that I would consider putting any player on the bench for him. Right. With regard to pitching, the Yankees have drastically changed the bullpen at the trade deadline. Jake Bird has done a good job during spring training, and Duvall has been good. All right, we're back to the game. The first pitch is on the way, and the curveball is off the plate. Count is 1-0. Pitch is on the way, and this is chopped to McLean. McLean dives, fires to first base, and Stewart is going to dig it out of the dirt, and rushing is going to be out. And then let's see, Jake says that it was a mistake to bring back Grisham. Okay, we didn't bring him back. We extended him on a qualifying offer. Pitch is on the way, and this is grounded to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz feels it and fires to Stewart for the second out of the inning. Which center fielder that was a free agent should the Yankees have brought in? Or do you think that Spencer Jones is ready to be an everyday center fielder? I don't think he's there yet. So we extended Grisham for a year. Acceptable outfielder with regard to defensive play. And he didn't hit 34 home runs last season by accident. Matter of fact, the first pitch is on the way, and it is off the plate. Count is 1-0. Matter of fact, of Grisham's 34 home runs, 28 of them either tied the game for the Yankees or put them ahead. And the next pitch is on the way, and that is inside. Count is 2-0. People are concerned with Grisham's at-bats in spring training, and frankly, for a major leaguer to be ready for, and the pitch is up and away. Count is 3-0. For a major leaguer to be ready for the season, they have to have between 50 and 60 plate appearances in game time situations. And the pitch is belted down the left field line, and that is hooking, and that is going to be foul. Count is 3-1. And at this point, Grisham has had 25 at-bats. So I'm not really concerned one way or another. I know that he had an RBI double this afternoon. Maybe he's starting to lock it in. And Lodolo sets, and this ball is fisted to McLean. McLean feels it and shoots it to Stewart to end the inning. That was an easy inning for Lodolo, and that was the first one that he's had this evening. Coming up to bat is Stewart, Myers, and Stevenson. And welcome back, Sean. Yes, we did add Randall Grichuk. Those of you just hopping in the stream, we're headed to the top of the fifth. Dodgers lead the Reds 6-3. Coming up to bat is Stewart, Myers, and Stevenson. If you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not a member of the Yankees Gag the Truth family, please consider subscribing. And it looks like Paul Gervis is coming in to replace Kyle Hurt. And the first pitch is on the way, and it is in there for call. Strike one. And Gervis sets and fires, and the slider is call. Strike one. Looks like Stewart is going to challenge the pitch. And ABS is going to confirm that it was a strike. So the Reds are out of challenges. Pitch is on the way, and it is a line to center field. Pages is standing in spot and makes the play for the first out of the inning. Fires is coming up to bat. He is 1-for-1 on the day with a base on balls and a single and a score twice. First pitch to Myers is just a bit outside and low. Count is 1-0. Hey, Shift Nick. What do you know? And the pitch is on the way, and it is off the plate. Count is 2-0 to Myers. So, Nick, how did your show go today? Pitch is on the way, and it is fouled off. Myers is down on his knee. And Gervis sets and fires, and this ball is hammered down the third base line. Muncy lays out for it and is up on his feet like a cat, fires the ball across the diamond. Freeman stretches, and that is the second out of the inning. Muncy is looking like he's lost a little bit of weight in the offseason. Looking pretty good. Coming up to bat is Stevenson. And the pitch is on the way, and it bounces in the dirt. Count is 1-0. Gervis sets and fires, and the slider is going to drift outside. Count is 2-0. Gervis sets and fires, and he paints the ball on the outside corner. Count is 2-1. Gervis sets, and the pitch is up and in. Count is 3-1. Gervis sets, fires, and the pitch is hammered to the shortstop. Rojas slides on one leg, is up on his feet, and fires across the diamond to record the third out of the inning. That is going to do it for the Reds in the top of five. Coming up in the bottom of the fifth is going to be Andy Pajes, Teoscar Hernandez, and Freddie Freeman. For those of you that are in the stream, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to the same. Your support is most appreciated. Season going to be a breakout year. Last season, the Yankees were forced to put him in as an everyday player. Most fans were very hard on him and that he was a below average starter. What I take away from his rookie season is Warren was able to make 33 starts. He struck out 171 batters. I did an analysis on some of the greatest pitchers of our time. People that I used were Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson, Nolan Ryan. Did you know that Warren had more strikeouts in his rookie season than all three of those pitchers? What indicators do I see that makes me believe that Warren is going to have a breakout season? I've seen a different approach. He is hitting his points, he is attacking hitters, and he is being rewarded for his effort. His new approach and the work that he did this offseason with Matt Blake are going to pay dividends in 2026. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe to Yankees The Ugly Truth. That was a short that I ran yesterday. And let's see, the first pitch is on the way. And that ball is singled into left field. Hines is going to get the ball and get it back into the infield quickly. So Pajes is going to lead the inning off with a single, and he is 2 for 3 on the night. Coming up to bat is Teoscar Hernandez, 1 for 2 on the night with an RBI double, and he subsequently ended up scoring. First pitch is on the way. And that is in there for call, strike one. The new pitcher is Antone coming in to relieve Lodolo. Antone sets and fires, and the ball is in the dirt. Count is 1-1. Antone sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is hammered to left field. It is going, and gone. It's in the bullpen dugout. That is a 2-run homer. And the Dodgers are going to jump out to an 8-3 lead on the Cincinnati Reds. And the first pitch to Freeman is a curveball swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. Antone sets and he fires, and the pitch is outside a little bit low. Count is 1-1. Pitch is on the way, and it is way off the plate. Count is now 2-1 on Freeman. Antone sets, and this one is going to go all the way back to the backstop. Count is now 3-1 on Freeman. And the pitch is on the way, and the curveball is down low. That is ball four. Coming up to bat is the right fielder, Alec Call. And the pitch is on the way, and it is hammered foul down the third base line. Count is 0-1. Call is 1-for-1 on the day with a single and was hit by a pitch in his first at bat, scored a run. And the pitch is on the way, and it is a four seamer in there for Call, strike two. It was 86-mile-an-hour fastball. Pitch is on the way, and the curveball is outside. Count is 1-2. Pitch is on the way, and this is foul straight back. Count is going to go 1-2, or stay 1-2. Next pitch is on the way, and it is up and out of the strike zone. The 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Count is 2-2. Antone sets and fires, and the curveball is inside. Count is now full 3-2. Pitch is on the way, and this is hammered up the middle under a diving glove of Matt McLean. That's going to put runners at first and second with nobody out. And it looks like they're going to have a mound visit. I will tell you what, if the Dodgers get up to a 10-3 lead, I'm going to stop calling this game, and I'm going to drop the link and invite anybody up who wants to talk a little bit of baseball. Last time Muncy was up, he pounded a ball into the right field stands. And the first pitch is a curveball in the dirt. Count is 1-0. But I'll open it up, and anybody who wants to come up, we'll talk some baseball. And the next pitch is on the way. It is up and in. Count is 2-0. And Antone sets, fires, and this ball is Guy to left field. Hind is tracking it and is going to make the play for the first out of the fifth. And the pitch is on the way, and it is a slider in there for call. Strike one. Espinal is 1 for 2 on the night with a double and a pair of RBIs. He leads the Dodgers this spring with runs batted in. Pitch is on the way, and the fastball is down low. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is on the way, and that is a check swing, but the umpire is first base is going to say, no, 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 you went. So the count is now 1-2 on Espinal. And the pitch is on the way, and it is fouled straight back. Count is going to remain 1-2. Looks like a mound visit is going to happen. And the pitch is on the way. It is down low. Count is 2-2, and Espinal is going to take time out. Hey, Bill O, what do you do? And the pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed. So he is out on strikes. That is the second out of the inning. And the pitch is on the way. The curveball is down low. Rushing is 0-for-2 on the night with a strikeout. And the pitch is on the way. Fastball is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is on the way. And it is down low and away for ball two. Well, I appreciate that, Bill. I'm about to stop calling this game because it's a little one-sided, and I'm going to open it up for a little bit of baseball talk. Drop the link, and anyone who wants to hop up is more than welcome, and we can talk some baseball. And the 3-1 is swung on and missed. Count is now full, 3-2. And the pitch is on the way, and he is going to be called out on strikes. And that is going to do it for rushing. So, like I said, I'm going to stop calling the game, and anyone who wants to come up, let's do it. And we have Jonathan hopping into the conversation.
Hi.
So how's it doing?
Doing well, you know.
Give me
just,
1 second to turn some of this crap off and get my headset undone so I can actually hear you.
Okay.
Didn't have the opportunity to call the Yankees game this afternoon. I figured everyone's asleep. I'd hop out here and call a little bit of baseball. The best game that I saw was the Reds Dodgers, a classic matchup, and
Yeah, I was surprised
it
the Yankee game was not
didn't
on
turn out to be
television.
such a good game.
I was surprised the Yankee game was not on
Yeah,
television.
because they're trying to panhandle this godforsaken Gotham app, and I got into it with the Gotham sports people because the I have a Yes Network subscription, and I have access to the Gotham Sports Net, but I didn't have access to the game. And when I called them, they said, "Well, your area code doesn't qualify for the broadcasts of the game." I'm like, although I have the Yes Network, I don't qualify for the game broadcast. What kind of sense does that make?
That's bullshit. I think I mentioned to you when I was in North Carolina last summer, I was able to watch the game on the Gotham Sports app.
Let's see.
What's the
Dominguez
point of
and Jones
an app
are.
if you only can use it in the tri-state area?
Yeah, well, they told me if I was willing to pay a $69 subscription fee, I could see the game. I'm like, I'm going to pay for another subscription? Forget it.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like. If I don't already have the subscription, because I pay for a cable subscription, and that subscription, that package every month gives me access to 6 different subscriptions. So if it's not part of my cable provider that I already pay for every month, I'm not watching it. For example, I think last year they had one game on a specific website, and I don't even remember what it was. It was like Roku, the Roku. I
Yeah.
don't get Roku. I'm not paying for another app.
All right, Bill, the link is down there. If you can come up, come on up. This season, fans have been displeased about a lot of things. A lot of complaints about no acquisitions in the off season, bringing Grisham back, state of the Yankee rotation. I've already done some precursor work, and I've got my starting 5 for the opening day rotation, and I'm going with Max Fried as the number 1, without a doubt. Will Warren is my number 2. Cam Schlittler is my number 3. Luis Hill is the 4, and Paul Blackburn is the 5.
Paul Blackburn is number 5. I agree
Yep.
with the 4, but number 5 is very tricky for me. I'm not sure if Blackburn makes the team, honestly.
Well, they brought him back, so he's going to make the team, whether it's to the bullpen or in the rotation. The way they've been pitching him at spring training, it leads me to believe that they're looking at him as the fifth starter until Rodon comes back. One of the interesting notes that
Yeah,
came out today
you said
is that,
Warren already.
yeah, Will Warren is my number 2.
Yeah, but one guy that I like, and he's not in spring training because he's in WBC, is Cruz.
He's
I
a
don't know.
fine pitcher.
Yeah, and the other guy I like, although he's injured, is Chase Hampton. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Yarborough is the number 5 starter.
Could be. Could be.
But after the way Will Warren has been pitching, he's currently the number 3 guy, no doubt.
The only reason that I put Warren as my number 2, by the time spring training breaks, Cam Schlittler is only going to be up to about 70 pitches.
Well, the big question after those 5 is, what do you do when Cole is ready to return? Because he's gonna be returning if everything goes well around Memorial Day, in my opinion.
Well,
So,
one of the things that came out today is that Cole said that he wanted to pitch spring training game,
yeah,
spring training game.
I saw that. So if he's able, look, if Cole is able to pitch spring training games, it's possible he might even come back in April.
Yeah, I think that one's a little bit too early.
I think so also, but I'm not saying he's going to be on the opening day roster. Definitely not. But let's just say, for argument's sake, he can start in spring training on Monday. Let's just say he starts on Monday. You give him a normal spring training, which is what, 7 weeks for a pitcher?
Yep.
So 7 weeks starting on Monday. Let me look at the calendar for just 7 weeks starting on Monday is about the end. I think it's May 4th, around May 4th. So that's before Memorial Day.
What I suspect is going to happen is they're going to put Hampton, Schmidt, and Cole on the 60-day IL to start the season to keep them from having to do a roster crunch because our 40-man is full.
Yeah. So if they what is the first day of the 60-day season? Because the season starts on the 25th.
That would be the 25th. Yeah.
So all those guys can't come in to Memorial Day. That's exactly what I said.
Right.
So
exactly.
I've been telling. I think I've been mentioning to you since the very beginning of spring training. I don't think we will see Cole before Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, and I think that's a reasonable tally.
Yeah, I forgot that. I forgot the fact that they're all starting on the 60-day IL. So yeah, I'm
see.
sure Schmidt will be on the 60-day IL to start the season. He's not currently on the 60-day. Yeah, Schmidt currently is on the 60-day IL.
I don't believe you have an IL in the off season.
Well, the
Yankees
Yankees website puts him on the IL. So
Yeah, they also have a bunch of people that are listed as on the 26 man that are not on, because there's not really a formal 26 man until March the 25th. So
well, right now the
those are
active
names.
roster is the 40-man roster, with the exception of Schmidt.
Yeah, but
That's
we
the
got a
only
lot of non-roster invitees that are up there that is on
Yeah.
our active roster, such as Max Schumann, Randall Grichuk. Who else?
So what do you think of Grichuk?
I think it was predetermined that he is going to make the opening day roster as the fourth outfielder. I think that you will see Grichuk in a platoon situation with Trent Grisham. Grisham has a lot of does not have a good count against left-handed pitchers, and Grisham pounds the hell out of him.
And you'll see Dominguez in AAA.
Yep. Actually, I'm surprised that Dominguez is still with the Yankees. I figured that they would have pulled a trade with the Atlanta Braves after Dirksen Profar took his 120 or 162 game suspension, and they need an outfielder. Dominguez can fill an outfield role.
Assuming
Plus-
that's in the
Plus,
top.
they have some excess bullpen arms that we might be interested in.
So assuming that's currently being talked about, because anything can happen before opening day in less than 2 weeks, what would you trade Dominguez for on the Braves right now?
Like I said, if it was anything, it would be a bullpen arm.
No, do you have a specific name?
Not off the top of my head. I was looking earlier. There were like 3 candidates, but I don't recall who they are right off the top of my head. Yeah. 2 of them had 3 years of control, though, and their numbers are okay, not great. Would be more middle relief type guys. But as far as my projection for the bullpen right now, the 8 guys that I have on the hopper are Bednar, Cruz, Duvall, Hill, Bird, Hedrick, Weathers, and Yarbrough.
Because one guy I like from the Braves, if they can get him in a trade, and that trade specifically is Dylan Lee, and the other guy I like is
Lee was one of them that was on my list.
the other guy I like is Dylan Dodd. The big problem with Lee that I found is that he has an arm history, a shoulder problem history.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 names that I looked at that I liked from the Braves. They're both controllable lefties. Dodd is 27 and Lee is 31. So you're trading someone who's young. I mean,
You would trade Billo, you would trade Dominguez for Olson?
no. I would trade him. I would trade him for this guy, Fuentes. But he's a righty pitcher. But he's also he has no major league service, so he has 6 years of control. If I can get Dominguez, if I can trade uh, Fuentes for Dominguez, I would do that, but I don't think the Braves would. But he's a righty, and he's 20 years old.
Well, definitely a possibility.
That seems like a more fair deal because both young guys both have 6 years of control, essentially rookies. But I don't think the Braves are. Look, the Braves are going to have to make a hard choice if they want an outfielder.
Let's see. Jake is wondering if they're keeping him because they know they're going to re-sign Grisham again and they don't like Jones's K rate. Well, honestly, Grisham is not re-signing with the Yankees after this season.
No.
He bet on himself. He's looking for a $100 million contract, which he'll get if he has a decent season. And there's no way that the Yankees are going to bite on that big a deal.
I think I wouldn't it wouldn't have surprised me if Grisham may have gotten $100 million this offseason with the way things went. And next year, the problem is if they go to a lockout, then no one's getting any money.
Yep.
So in the short term, it was smart. In the long term, it may not be.
Honestly, Bill, I agree. I think that Jazz is gone, and I think Grisham is gone.
Yes.
Jazz has already started talking that crazy shit about joining the 50-50 club, and that's just insane in my opinion.
No, Jazz, I don't think Jazz can even go to the 40-40 club.
And honestly, in the free agent market next year, given the choice of bringing Jazz in or signing Nico Horner to a contract, I'm bringing Horner in.
Yes.
It solves my big ass problem about having a leadoff hitter, which we once again don't have this season.
The Yankees haven't had a consistent leadoff guy since Gardner.
Let's say Gardner, maybe.
Yeah, Gardner. The guy who I wanted at leadoff this year is the guy they traded, which was Brendan Jones.
Yep. They traded both of our upper level top 30 outfield arms. And that pissed me off a little bit. I was actually real upset about that.
I think trading Brendan Jones was a big mistake. I think he's going to come back. He's one of those guys that's going to come back and bite the Yankees. And I honestly think he could have played last year instead of Dominguez.
All right, so who do you think?
Well,
who do you think our opening five is going to be for the rotation starting this season?
Well, Rodon, Fried.
Or Rodon's not on the opening five.
Rodon, no, he's hurt, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fried, Hill, Schlittler, Warren, and Yarborough.
Okay. Pair of lefties. The way they're talking, it seems like Rodon is only going to miss 2 starts of the major league season.
Well, that would be good news. I mean, you probably won't put him on the 60-day IL for that.
No, he's not. He's not going on the 60. No way.
No, but Schmidt and Cole are.
Yep.
And the one thing I don't like, I understand the Yankees like to listen to their players, but I don't like if Judge likes a player, they seem to go out and get that player, even though that specific player doesn't necessarily help them.
Such as?
Judge wanted Bellinger. They got Bellinger back. Judge wanted them to trade for who There was another guy, but I forget who's on my mind. I don't even know why Vivas is still on the roster.
Yeah, I think he's going to get whacked, actually. But let's see. Ken from Celia. Don't they have a leadoff hitter? Rice or Caballero might be a better option than Grisham.
Caballero, yeah. Caballero.
I have no clue what they are seeing in him to keep him in the leadoff spot. I don't think it makes a damn bit of difference who the leadoff hitter is this year because, frankly, any leadoff hitter on a normal team would have the ability to steal.
Well, that's why Caballero is a good option.
And the Yankees don't let anyone steal in front of Judge. It's just a fact of life.
Well, I think that's a mistake.
That's why they put Caballero down in the 9 hole, is because he's a second leadoff guy, actually. I think that Grisham is actually better suited as a 6-hole hitter.
Well, why do you think they're afraid to steal in front of Judge?
I don't think it's a question of afraid. It's their goddamn analytics department that doesn't want to lose base runners ahead of Judge because of his RBI potential.
But that's the whole point of if he needs RBI potential, they're only thinking about the home run. What about a long double that can score a guy from second? Not every hit Judge is going to hit is going to be for a home run.
Yeah, but look at the Yankee philosophy for the last 10 years. We have lived and died by the freaking
for the
home
last
run.
10 years has done nothing. How many World Series have they won in the last 10 years? So that
Not a
philosophy,
goddamn one of them.
exactly. So that philosophy should be tossed out the window. The
I'm
Yankees
not
need,
disagreeing with you, but I'm telling you what they're doing.
well, I'm saying the Yankees, if the Yankees want to go back to winning, they need to go back to the philosophy they had in the 90s where it was more about getting on base and moving the runner over than to hit a home run or to strike out. The Yankees have been too comfortable with striking out.
Okay, Bill O, your question, what about moving Judge to the 3rd in the lineup and batting Belly 2nd? I think Belly is the only person in the lineup that actually protects Judge because it's not Stanton. And Jazz is too erratic, so I don't think it's him either.
Well, that was the problem with not getting another bat to help.
I think
Judge.
God's honest truth. If you stick Belly in front of Judge, Judge is going to eat a lot of intentional walks, more so than he did last year.
Well, that's why they should have gotten another bat. That's the problem with a guy like Yarbo. He's a great fielder, but he can't hit. He cannot hit for anything.
Yarbrough?
Not Yarbo. The third baseman, McMahon.
Well, they've made adjustments with him, so I'm not sure, where you go from there.
Well, hopefully McMahon can be a 260 hitter and get on base a little bit more than he did last year.
Let's see. Doesn't that kind of show that Judge is the only great player on the team? Okay. A lot of teams don't have any what you would class as great players. Judge is actually a generational player. There is nobody on the planet that's doing what he's doing. So if you wanted to get another bat, who was it going to be? And if you say Kyle Tucker for $60 million a season, I'm going to shake my head and say, wrong answer, -5.
No, that's not Kyle Tucker. I mean,
Bichette.
Bichette.
Bichette can't field any position he's at. The Mets are trying him out at third base, and he's getting hammered.
The reason why these guys didn't get as much money as they were expected to.
Well, like I says, it wasn't a great free agent market to begin with, and the ones that got signed got ridiculously overpaid for. Do you think Dylan Cease was worth what he got paid?
Nobody was worth what they got paid, not even Grisham. I don't think there was one.
You look at free agent center fielders this year, and tell me, who would you have rather had than Grisham?
I don't think. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I would not rather have him. I just think they are paid too much for him.
Okay. The problem with Bregman, Celia, is in Yankee Stadium, he hits 220. He hits the same as McMahon. He has played in places that have short left fields. With the Astros, he had the Crawford box that he was able to take advantage of, and in Boston, he had the Green Monster.
You know what I would have done with Grisham? I would have not. I would have given that $22 million, and I would have offered him a 2-year contract for that. That at least would have been
Bill,
more.
$22 million is hard to swallow. Who are you going to pay that $22 million and get a better defender and better hitter?
Well, as I said, I would have given him a 2-year contract instead of a 1-year contract. Still, you still get the $22 million.
Let's see.
Heck, I probably would have offered him 2 years for $18 million.
Let's see. Our center field options that were free agents this year, and one is still a free agent, Manuel Margot, Alex Canario, who went to the NPB, Deshaun Kearsley, who signed with the Braves, Christian Pache, who signed with the Mets, Garrett Hampson, signed with the Reds, Leody Taveras, signed with the O's, Jose Siri, signed with the Angels, J.J. Bleday with Cincinnati, Cedric Mullins with Tampa Bay, Grisham, Harrison Bader, who signed with the Giants, and Cody Bellinger. Those were your center field free agents.
Well, the only other one that I would have given a chance to is probably Beta.
Bader's a fine ball player, but he can't stay on the field. He has some type of degenerative bone disease in his lower back, and has been out a significant portion of his career because of that. Bill Dominguez as a center fielder, graded out in the minors as a below zone center fielder. He is not a good outfielder any which way you look at it.
Jones is better.
Defensively, certainly. Hitting, probably better too. But as been mentioned, they want him to work his K rate. And I think when Grisham walks next year, Jones is going to be your center fielder if we have a season.
Well, we'll have to see what happens because it's very hard. In regards to getting the CBA, it's very hard to. I mean, let's see. What would I change? I think currently there are too many penalties for the teams that spend the most money. They're just too many penalties.
The penalties that they have are ineffective. If you look at the Dodgers paid $169 million in penalties. And for the Guggenheim Group, that was a drop in the bucket. That's just the cost of doing business. So they were able to stroke that check without a doubt. If you were to actually put their actual roster with their damn deferrals in, they're running about a $600 million a season payroll.
Well, if baseball really wants, I honestly think baseball should get rid of the penalties for spending too much. I don't like the fact that the team that spend the most have to lose draft spots by 10, have to lose international money. If I were to doing anything, I would penalize the one thing above all I would do in the CBA, I would say the teams that get the revenue sharing money must spend the money on the team to improve the team or forfeit the money or forfeit something, because it's unfair to get all that money and a team can just pocket it without spending it on the team, which is the whole purpose should be to improve the team where you can. Because what's the purpose of me spending if I'm giving you revenue sharing money and you're just pocketing the money for your new yacht instead of improving your team? Why should I continue giving you money? Can you answer that?
Well, that's going to be a fight within the owners themselves.
Well, we're talking as if we're hypothetical owners only right now.
Well, if I'm a big market team and I'm an owner, I'm pretty pissed off about the whole deal. If I'm a small market owner, then I'm thinking let the money flow.
Yeah, well, that's not fair.
Well, nothing. You know, the one thing that my dad told me when I was a kid is I would complain about things not being fair. And he would always tell me, you know, son, in the rule book of life, there's not a single damn page that said life is fair.
Well, I like the idea of a salary floor and not a salary cap.
Me, honestly, I'd rather have a salary cap. And I would rather have a contract limit for years of term. These freaking ridiculous, these 15-year contracts are just retarded. And in the long run,
I would do a contract limit of 7 years. 7 years maximum.
I mean, those long-term contracts, you can't tell me one that's actually worked out for the term of the deal.
Oh, Derek Jeter.
He never signed a long-term contract.
Yes, he did. After 2000, he signed a 10-year deal with the Yankees.
I don't think it was 10 years. I thought he signed a 7-year deal.
It was a 10-year deal.
All right.
Look up Derek Jeter's contract after the year 2000.
All right.
2001, 10 years, $189 million. That is a 10-year contract that worked out well for the everybody. I can send it to you in I'll send it to you in the private chat.
I'm looking at Sports Track. Let's see. $2,000. Okay, that's when he came out of his rookie deal.
Yeah, that was his first big contract. 10 years, $189 million.
That was the only contract, and he was what, 22, 23?
No, Derek Jeter in 2000, he was 26.
Okay.
He signed that 10-year deal when he was 26 years old.
10-year deal. Then he signed a 3-year deal, and then he had a 1-year extension.
Yes. That was, and I would say the A-Rod first 10-year deal, he had the first contract he signed with the Mariners. That was pretty successful as well. That was
Did he-
also a 10-year deal.
Did he actually play through the whole 10 years with the Mariners, or did he get
No.
traded?
He got traded. But yes, out of all all the 10-year contracts, probably Derek Jeter is the only one that was the most successful.
Okay. I mean, you look at the Cabrera contract, the Pujols contract, Trout contract.
They all had injuries on throughout the contracts. I think Derek Jeter in that 10-year contract, I don't know if he's ever played one of those years besides 2003 when he had the shoulder injury, of less than 140 games, with the exception of course, the injury. I don't remember him playing less than 140 games in any year of that contract, with the exception of the injured season. And I'm right. He played throughout, yes, from 2000 to 2010. He only played less than 140 games in the 2003 season when he had the injury.
Bill, wasn't the Sabathia deal with the Yankees a 7-year deal?
It was a 7-year deal, and then he got an extension afterwards. But CC was, I don't remember the 2014 season, but he was hurt that season.
2009, he signed with the Yankees on a 7-year deal, $161 million. In 17, he signed a 5-year deal worth 122. And in 18, he signed a 1-year, 10 million, and 19, 1-year, 8 million.
Yeah.
For those of you that have hopped into the stream, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. I've dropped the link several times in here, and if you want, I'll drop it again. Pop up and talk a little baseball. Bill, you seem to be typing a crap load. Hop up.
Do you remember what happened to CC Sabathia in 2014?
No, I didn't think CC had any injuries that kept him out for a prolonged period.
He only started 8 games that year.
FJ says he had a knee injury.
A knee injury?
Yeah, I don't recall it.
Yes, here it says CC will have a season-ending injury surgery. Yeah, 2014 season was a killer injury for the start. A killing season for the starting rotation. They had 4 main starters miss extended period of time with injury. I'm curious if Tanaka had Tommy John surgery in 2014, if he may have had a better time in New York.
Tanaka would have had Tommy John surgery in his first season with the Yankees.
Yeah. Well, would he have had a better career if he did that?
I don't know.
I know Tanaka never had surgery, but I'm saying if he did choose to have it. I mean, I think I was also disappointed the Yankees never brought in another Japanese player after Tanaka, even during Tanaka. I think I don't think the Japanese players want to come to New York.
Have a good night, Celia. All right, if nobody's going to come up, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream.
Yeah,
It's almost 11:30 on the East Coast. Thank you all for taking time to listen to a little bit of play-by-play, and I want to thank Jonathan for coming up and talking a little bit of baseball. Before we shut it down, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. I will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. to call the Yankees versus the Braves spring training scene. No problem, Bill. Any last thoughts, Jonathan?
I I'm hoping to see a better season from Louis Hill.
I think you're going to get it.
Yeah.
All right. I will say good night. Let's go Yankees, and we'll see you in the funny papers. Have a great night, guys, gals.